start streaming. Alright, we are in motion. We are doing 30 FPS, since I'm just started recording now. Just for the sake of the game only runs at 30 FPS, so there's no reason not to. And yeah, this starts 100,000 years of JRPG streams.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Some of the cutscene stuff looks okay. One thing about this texture mod that is a little bit jarring is not everything has the HD retextures. So every so often you'll see a thing and you'll be like, wow, that texture doesn't look super great, what the fuck? And that is why.
Then two great titans came into existence.
But between the downscaling, or upscaling, or whatever it is, I forget the term.
The scales.
Yeah, the scales.
Upscaling.
Upscaling, thank you.
So the HD stuff, is that mostly just fonts and text that cleans up, or does it actually do textures? I can't remember.
Does both. The text is really the most noticeable, because it makes the game readable. It's really nice. But no, it does, like, every texture. Not every texture, obviously, but it does a lot of textures. It looks really, really good. Just across the board. It is very nice looking. I have some other ones in that help a lot. I actually have it with a custom button set so that all button prompts and tutorials refer to things using the Xbox 360 controller, which is nice, because that's what I'm using. I'm paying attention to the story. I know the opening of this game. I've played the opening like 7 times.
I remember the controls are still not ideal on a controller just because they had the whole Wii U sort of thing. Like I said, I played around with it for a little bit and it was still kind of, even though I got it to, you know, usable buttons and stuff, it was still kind of like, what?
Yeah, because it was on the original Wii. And yeah, it worked okay. I don't know, it's still weird because it's basically controlling an MMO with a controller. OMC, I make no promises to finish all of this game on stream. I just do want to show the HD mods because I think it was Chip mentioned them at one point, and I got them together, and I just want people to have the ability to see that they do in fact look very nice. Also, unfortunately, yes, the game is very expensive to get a copy of at this point. Wasn't it made by Final Fantasy people? This was made by the people who did Xenogears.
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know.
I also like the art style because it's kind of reminiscent of how what was it, 12? Yeah, it's kind of reminds me of 12 to some degree.
Yeah, it's kind of got the, like, future tech, but still steampunky kind of feel. And since the story is very humans versus technology type of thing, it creates a pretty strong, like, dichotomy between the two. So you have some very...
Nice contrast.
Yeah, some very nice, like, villager-type stuff, and then super future tech. But with really, really pretty designs. The Mechon in general all look super neat.
In particular with all the human stuff as far as art direction goes, it creates a really nice sense that all the human societies are just kind of cobbled together from a bunch of miscellanea. Like there's all the fancy mechanical technology bits that you have a feeling are there because they're just built so well that they've lasted for generations. And so you have current people who know how to keep them working in one piece and just preserve them.
I never realized Dunvan's HD eyes look kinda goofy. His eyes are just really wide open all the time.
Nice hat.
Dunvan, please stop being so close to me.
The guy on the right, his eyeliner game is on top. Look at that. Look at that. Edgy as fuck.
Dunban, the Monado is just loaded with meth, apparently, because he is incredibly fucking wired.
I'm totally on edge right now.
God, I love holding this fucking sword! I'm way into it!
Time for me to plot my evil scheme.
Okay, now to begin the 700 years of cutscenes. That is, or not cutscenes, tutorials. That is this game, unfortunately. But unlike Final Fantasy 12, where it was, or not 12, was it 13? That was the one that was giving you tutorials like right until the end.
Probably.
That were the same thing. They're all baby mechanics. This one's actually pretty good about it. They're justified. So one thing you might notice that's really nice for me is that, yeah, the all button prompts are now Xbox buttons. Thank God. So I don't have to translate in my head all the time. Okay, so weapon Dunman starts out with is Monado, and it's all special because it can damage these robot people super good. That may sound really insignificant, but if you don't use the Monado enchant for your party members, they will do just 1 damage to robots. Unless you use a different skill some way. So how much of this game have you played, Giop?
Oh, let me see. Played a pretty fair amount. They're major open world hubs, I guess you could say, without naming them. I made it to the second major one.
Oh, okay, yeah, way farther than me. I've always really wanted to play this game, but never had a super good reason, and just, oh god, again, it was daunting. I'd get like 4 or 5 hours in and then realize there was 95 more. And just be like, oh no.
I got to a bit before that second hub. I was just in the like open field before arriving there.
The thing that killed it was I was looking on, what was it? I went on YouTube to find like a music clip from this because I wanted to hear it verify a certain song was something, and what really made me mad was one of the related videos was like a gigantic, huge spoiler in the title. It was like something sort of like, oh, fantastic! I would have loved to have found that out.
Yeah,
I was really angry when I saw it.
When you decide to play something like this, you kind of have to go into internet quarantine if you want to get the chance to enjoy it.
I wasn't even expecting it.
That's why I was so glad that I managed to stick with the whole plan of Wonderful 101 internet quarantine. Because yeah, this is definitely another case of I have gone pretty far out of my way to avoid spoilers as much as possible. Obviously, I do know some things here and there, like I know you're talking about G-Op, because I got far enough in that they talked about it. But yeah.
I don't think you're talking about what I'm talking about, so don't worry.
Okay, I don't think we were talking about the same thing then, never mind.
No, sir. Yeah, at this point, the game has enough dust on it to where you shouldn't have to worry about stumbling into that stuff too easily.
Mm-hmm. Also, you mean...
I just love that dude with the headband. I'm trying to think of what he reminds me of, like kind of some sort of a wrestler, maybe.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
Does this game have complicated plot like Xenogears or Xenosaga? I'm just gonna guess yes.
I don't think it gets quite so up its own ass with weird stuff like that, but you know, it still does have a very good plot, and it makes pretty good sense, honestly. I think Xenogears got a little wallowed around for a while. Xenosaga I never played much of because, well, fuck those games.
Oh, good God. Xenosaga Episode 1, I think, was the one that had just like a 3-hour cutscene right in the middle of the game.
There's
just
also
out of nowhere.
I remember when that came out, my brother was playing through it and I was watching it. And the thing that really was really weird was, you know, I'd pop in for storyline stuff maybe and watch that, and there was a dungeon he started, and they made mention of, oh, we've got to go to so-and-so, that's about 2 kilometers away. They literally gave a distance in kilometers, and the whole dungeon was probably that long. I came back 30 minutes later, and he was still doing it. I was just like, Jesus Christ. That's just bad game design.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite part of the intro cutscene.
Yeah.
Xenosagas were kind of peak
Lasers.
every problem with JRPGs.
Yeah, it was supposed to be tied to Xenogears, then that got axed at some point in development, but they kept the label. They even had characters who looked there was like someone, I think there was someone who looked very similar to Faye, the main character from Xenogears, who was in it. It was just really weird.
There were a lot of things that were off about Xenosaga. The pacing was really, really the worst thing. And someone mentions, yeah, you get the excitement of being like, oh shit, check it out, you can pilot these big-ass robots. And then there was like another 5 hours before you even actually got to touch the damn things. It was so bad.
You have to listen to Xion talk about the real doll robot she's making.
Yeah, Cosmos or whatever it was.
There's that guy very early on who's a huge wasted opportunity because they do a lot to establish his character and then promptly murder him. The dude who ate spinal fluid, who was addicted to spinal fluid.
I can't remember anything
Specifically
from it, just about.
robot spinal fluid, not even like regular people spinal fluid. Dude was weird. And it would have been great to keep him around. He's like that one. He was like the character that stands out because the one guy who has a personality among a bunch of blank slates who don't do anything.
And here we have our protagonist.
Oh, dragonfly. Oh, oh boy.
Oh, Plinkett.
Oh, so good.
Its armor would be perfect for making a shield.
One thing I do like about our protagonist is they don't make him all Mary Sue or anything, and he's also not silent. Also, he's a huge doofus.
He's also an engineer. He's not an idiot. I love that.
Yeah, he's a really smart engineer, scientist, and a huge goof troop.
A lot of great stuff about this guy on a lot of levels. Like eventually, like when we get to the mechanical parts, but shortly, your protagonist is a rogue. All of his moves are about needing to sneak up on people and like get flanking attacks and have other people distract things for you so you can shiv them in the back for bonus damage. It's great.
Yep, he plays a lot
like...
It's
all about maneuvering and positioning.
Yeah, it really surprised me that he played, you know, like a rogue, and it's just so like, well, this is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's cool because that forces you to, you know, do the things that are interesting about the game. He plays a lot like in Final Fantasy XIV, at least towards the beginning, how a Lancer plays. He probably gets more skills later on that I didn't get to. Well, also, I just got kicked in the dick.
Alright, I'm feeling it. Alright, we can do it. Okay, let's finish this. We can definitely do this.
So yeah, essentially how this works at this point as far as like the controls and whatnot, I'm running around with the joystick and the D-pad I use to navigate those menus on the bottom, and it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, and all the skills have a little cooldown you'll be juggling, and it gets a little more layered later on.
Mm-hmm. And they are now teaching me how to do targeting, which is really easy. It's just left-right trigger, and you just set it up, and you can either just initiate a battle or immediately do an attack. So we're just going to start with a backslash.
It's drawing time. I love that so much.
God.
Aggro, enmity, tanking.
Yeah,
I just find it quaint when they use MMO slang in these sorts of tutorials.
Mm-hmm, and I mean, it's absolutely right, and it's good that they use it, because it very much just gets it across.
Oh yeah, it still makes me smile when I see it.
Okay, so yeah, the red ring around Ryan means that the enemy is 100% focused on him and is going to give him priority. Now it is mad at me. It's kind of hard to dodge a lot of moves in this game. A lot of stuff is just if you have the aggro, you're getting hit.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters. Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with this game at all, the voice acting is wonderful.
Jesus, Ryan, put a shirt on. Some of the outfits you get, all of the equipment in this is modeled, so if you get a new pair of pants, your character looks different, and some of them that Ryan in particular seemed to end up with in my game, it was just sort of like, good God, man.
Yeah, he's just wearing like
these armored short shorts.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna say.
legitimately end up in situations where it's like, okay, this has better stats, but it looks really dumb.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear that other thing. It's
A
worse.
Diamond
Subligar.
Yeah, Diamond
Take
Subligar. That's
See, the pink color means that it's very good for taking attacks.
that's just the you know, Orichalcum just is naturally rainbow. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad on that. And then I will soon show you the one problem that this mod has. Or I don't even think it's the mod, it's the original. Oh yeah, so here's what the graphics are actually supposed to look like in the game. Like that's kind of the quality that we would actually be getting. For some reason, I can't explain, the save file images are just totally fucked. I don't know why that is. That's the one thing I can't find a way to fix, and that was before I put the HD patches in, so I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea why that happens. I have no clue. It's really strange.
Little Skeeter.
Yeah, so at this point, the only real strategy we need in fights is if we do get aggro and stuff gets mad at us, we need to move away so we stop auto-attacking, so that Ryan can take focus, and then we can use the backslash. Ryan is obviously the tank of the group. He has a lot of attacks that specialize in getting people mad at him, and then he's very good at getting hit. he's exceptional at getting hit.
He's very good at making people mad at him. It's usually by just screaming stupid, obnoxious stuff all the time. God damn it, Ryan.
Yeah, like it's Ryan time.
It's
Number
time
1
to
through
Ryan.
10,000. Yeah.
Thousands of man-hours
those are
of
just
research
variations
went
on
into
his
choosing
name.
that catchphrase to make it the perfect aggression luring technique.
Let's cross this river, Shulk. We're gonna be crossing the Rhine.
You know what we're gonna do to these big-ass shrimp, Shulk? No. Brine! No! Stop!
Gotta remember to push the brand. Always focus on the brand.
There's a reason he's a tank. He's just taking too many hits to the head, and it's basically all he can do.
So one thing they just introduced is the Collectopedia. It is just one of 10,000 things to fill up.
It is a huge time sink. I don't think you get anything for completing these. I can't remember if it was like a progress reward or something.
Yeah, you get... It's whenever you complete an area entirely, they give you an item of some form, I think. Also, this game has Chivos. Thank God. And the Chivos actually just give you experience and stuff, though, so...
I love the fact that it has achievements and all that stuff.
Yeah. And okay, they just showed it, but Topple is something that if I use Shulk to hit something with break status, Ryan can then knock it completely over, and then it can't do a damn thing until, for a bit, it's just stunned. That becomes more crucial later when we have things that have infinite armor, unless we knock them on their buns. But yeah, so look how nice this game actually looks when you have everything in. It's much better looking.
I think this and the last story came out around the same time.
Yeah.
They had about the same graphic levels, I think. Like, they both look pretty okay.
This game pushed the Wii to the absolute limits, which is why there are some places you can tell they kind of cut stuff back, which is what a lot of the HD retexturing is.
See you later.
Not only can you fall, chat, you can jump. So yeah, for the record, we have already fallen face first into too many things at once.
Don't talk to people. They're a waste of time.
There is just too much happening already.
There's also a day-night cycle.
And the day-night cycle affects who is where at what times. Also,
that makes it even harder to find people. Oh my god.
Yeah, frame rate might be going a little droppy here just because there's a lot going on. I might have to lower scaling or something. But yeah. And so here's a lot of the quests you get. They're very MMO-y. Like, go collect rabbit diodes. You get rabbit diodes by smacking a bun or something.
What's a diode? What's a rabbit diode? Tell us.
What the fuck is a rabbit diode, actually?
Rabbits in this world contain naturally occurring semiconductors. You gotta harvest that shit.
Yes. they're robo bunnies?
I suppose.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, you can zoom in and out for whatever reason. But yeah, you can even see on my mini-map we have all of these exclamation points. All these are quests. There is no downside to picking them up, though. They don't have any maximum on how many you can carry.
No maximum, no time limits, no possible floating penalties for some kind of failure. You can just have them all sitting there getting progressed towards.
You just tell everybody that you're going to do a favor for them. They're like, well, I'm waiting on Shulk to do stuff for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Shulk has not.
Shulk, my daughter's still missing. You going to rescue her? Yeah, one of these days. Don't worry about it. Don't find him. Like a cave somewhere.
I have been waiting for that young man to deliver my grandmother her biscuits for 25 years. He has saved the planet, he has defeated God, and he has not delivered my damn biscuits. No Shulk, no Shulk, no big deal. Don't worry about it. No, you're good, man. Yeah, just get around to it when you can. Here's the thing I just don't care about that they added in, which is affinity charts of.
Oh God.
Another gigantic time sink. Did I mention this game has time sinks? Because it has oodles of time sinks. The time sinks never end. Also, this is not a side effect of the HD remaster thing. The jump is just that goddamn goofy.
I love the jump. It's just this weird floaty little thing. And he does a little hup.
Yeah. Another thing we have already done a couple of is whenever you find a landmark, that's a place you can fast travel to. They're pretty cool about that. There's a whole bunch of them. It's really nice to have. And whenever you discover one of those fast travel locations, you get experience. And this guy is explaining that you can make equipment for slots.
Crafting is fun. I like the little mini game. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm sad we probably won't get to that in.
They talk to each other.
There is a stream. Yeah, like you'll have Ryan who will be really good at like stoking the flames or something, and Shulk will be really good at hammering, and they'll just start yelling at each other.
I can't remember what they say. Like after you. It's
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, because the crafting system, it's a two-man team. You pick two of your characters, and they'll go in one role or the other, and then that causes like different bars to fill and numbers to shift around and such. And it involves bouncing the whole process back and forth between the two of them, and you can like interrupt it or adjust things while it's going on. And they just have a line that they deliver every time they pass it off to the other person.
You create the best murder gear using the power of friendship.
And yeah, someone in chat is asking, yeah, this is on PC with a bunch of patches and stuff. It is a little intensive processor-wise. I have it upscaled 1.5 or 2 times, something like that, on top of the retextures and all that jazz. I turned off anti-aliasing, all sorts of stuff. It's really wonky to get it to run, but you can just kind of look up Dolphin HD Xenoblade, and it'll come up with all the patching and all that junk. It doesn't take too long. It's a little confusing, but if you follow the instructions, you should be alright. And yeah, so this opening area is just that. It is literally the first city, and you may notice it is goddamn huge. We are already in an enormous area, and it is Area 1.
Yeah, you can even jump off the bridge, go in the water, go north, and get your shit pushed in by really high-level monsters.
Yeah, this game has a...
Not that I ever did that.
Yeah, this game has a severe case of... see that mountain? You can go to that mountain.
There are also places where they're very concrete, hard difficulty changes, like walking along, level 5 enemies, all of a sudden, here's a pack of 50s that'll aggro you immediately.
Yeah, that is one thing that is super dangerous. So in interest of you mentioning it, oh, there's a place I can jump off this bridge.
Like,
oh,
hey,
good. I leveled up by walking around.
You got these big, open, continuous environments, and you think, oh, well, maybe I'll go exploring. I'll wander off over somewhere. Hey, that's some kind of optional boss monster that's 50 levels bigger than I am. Hello!
Yeah, and let's look at how inanely large this whole map is already. Luckily, they do give you waypoints. Yeah, they show up on the main compass. They don't really show up everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of got a Rune Factory type, just random level up to a certain extent, where you'll just, basically any activity you can do will give you experience.
Talk to your girlfriend. Hey, you leveled up, big guy.
Yeah, I just got experience for looking at a fort. You went to where your job is. Level up. Yeah, Final Fantasy XII is another game that kind of does the similar, like, oops, that's a dragon! You weren't supposed to fight that. Another issue that can happen with these mods and whatnot, it's not huge for me. You have to put the graphic loading on super fast. Oh, I'm gonna let this cutscene play because this is wonderful.
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered. But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine, they win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform. Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, he does look very Waluigi-esque.
Then I want a million press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel.
Fighting a war against robots. I'm gonna win.
You better give a damn reason why.
Sir?
Oh god, everyone is always animated in this game. It is very anime in that way.
And now the cylinder is empty. Well, change the cylinder then. Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve.
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers.
Oh gosh, Commander.
At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
Alright, another thing to take into account, some people will give you 100 quests in a row, one right after the other.
Yep.
That guy, oh, go smack some stuff. Oh, hey, can you also smack that? Yeah.
Smack all of that.
What's up?
Okay, that's all the quests he has to give us. And yeah, there's all sorts of things and people to interact with, all sorts of stuff to touch. Honestly, if this game hadn't had such an awful release setup, it would have been it would have done really well, I think. Also, the Wii, as much as I love Wii U and all that, I really do. The Wii was a questionable platform for this type of game.
Yeah, as somebody who owned a Wii, I kind of didn't really use it much at all. Kind of like, why did I get this?
Yeah, there were a lot of games I liked on the Wii, but there was, yeah, a lot not. How badly was this released? Well, it didn't get any kind of launch for an inconceivably long time. Got a little bit of a European release. Then it took forever to come to America, was released in inconceivably short supply, like it was, you could pre-order it, and that was all the copies they had.
Yeah, that was really weird and really stupid considering how popular it was.
Yeah,
it could have made a lot more money, guys.
It was popular to the point that they managed to demand it be sent to here. You'd think they would get a lot more copies, but since it was like the whole pre-order through GameStop only thing, within, yeah, probably a month of the game coming out, you could find copies on eBay upwards of $150, $200. And that were actually selling. And then GameStop realized this and said, oh, I guess we can get money. So they put up new copies as quote-unquote used copies as a second shipment, and then sold these quote-unquote used copies as for $80.
They really did that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
I
like
never heard about that.
Yeah, they did like a second shipment type thing, which has happened with a couple games, but that was the first time I had heard about it doing that awful thing.
If we could just
Oh yeah, PA, he looks exactly like Hulk Hogan. I love HD Shulk Hogan. This is so good.
Shulk. Better learn how to use that sword, brother.
But yeah, because like Disgaea had a reprint, because that was another game that went to $500, dollars on eBay. And Gitaru Man is another one that got a major reprint after having way too small of a release. But I think this was the most severe one I can think of as far as why did they do that? Nintendo's sales division was really stupid for a whole generation.
It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban. Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the defense force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Whenever I do Hulk Hogan voice, I just keep wanting to trend off and do a Macho Man Randy Savage voice. Look at that butt.
Sure, spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty.
As much as I'm probably never going to get the new 3DS, because I don't really have a ton of use for mobile games, I think this is a really smart choice for a mobile platform because of the sheer content to it. There is just no goddamn way it's a really good idea just because it's one of those games that you can just pump hundreds of hours into. So to say it is a good idea for mobile is an understatement, if you like this kind of game. Also, yeah, those pants are amazing. I want those pants. Dunban's pants are lame and boring.
Where? Nice tat, bro. I see you got a full sleeve there.
Is it time to eat already?
Oh, I thought that was supposed to be his Monado scars. From getting fucking wrecked by the lightning sword.
Do you want me to feed you?
I thought that was from him fuck starting his arm.
Much better. I really thought I lost you back then.
Yeah, also there was, yeah, someone in chat is saying that is in fact his beef jerky arm.
It is. I know. I just wanted to say it looked like a tattoo sleeve. Because I know someone who has something kind of like that goes all the way up the forearm, all the way down the hands, all the way up the arm, and it's just like this big
How
flame.
much does it cost to get a beef jerky done?
What quality of
Is
beef
that something
jerky
you can
tat are you
explore?
looking for here?
Well, I'm sure you'd like Shulk to try some while it's still hot.
Hair is goddamn fabulous.
Shulk has no sense of taste. He'll say it's delicious even if it's stone cold.
In which case, today he would actually mean it.
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't redo the voice acting for this game. I feel like the kind of the European voices work really well. And they did a really good job. Also, from what I understand, there's a lot of kind of like soap opera characters, like UK soap opera stars and stuff, and then a couple people who are actually in like just one person, a girl who's in the new Doctor Who or something, who voice acts a character.
I have to be prepared to use the Monado again.
Guys, that's chat. That's mean. Don't call it his derp arm. Chat. That's very mean.
But Atlawork said it's terrible
Please
because he has to hang
respect our
around.
wounded veterans.
He says it's terrible. He has to hang around with Hulk Hogan, who keeps requesting to snap into his arm. Yeah, I always thought it was really funny. The stop, start, run speeds are always super high. There is no trend in the movement. It just suddenly boom, going fastest direction.
Just let me rev up my legs. Here we go.
This guy loves turquoise with sterling silver. I mean, he's got a fashion sort of thing that he's going for here.
Yeah, like, he's... I know he's not American, but wow, his outfit is patriotic as shit. He is the perfect pro wrestler, man. Like, I imagine him playing guitar in front of an American flag to the song I Am a True American. What I'm saying is he's Hulk Hogan. Just absolutely. He's Hulk Hogan. Let's just get that out there. So
don't call me a pro wrestler
Just
because
get it out of your system right now. Just everybody, just let out your inner Hulkamaniac.
Chat, you feel free. I give you a 1-minute window to type Hulk Hogan in all caps over and over again. You have 1 minute, go.
Go crazy, brother man.
Dunban is Nelson from Mongrels. I don't know what that is.
Ooh yeah, getting that sweet wasabi.
There goes the chat.
Yeah, there's chat, all right.
I'm glad you all took me up on that offer.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh god. So another thing in kind of Memorpaga style, enemies aren't inherently angry at you just right off the bat.
Oh my god, that is a freaky tail. It's a little
Yeah, I have never noticed that before, but this thing totally has like a mid and a hair tail.
if I saw that and I was adventure on first sight, I'd think it was a monster. I'd kill it.
And it can be. I can make it a monster. I can slap it.
I can make it dead.
Yeah, those are skills I have.
Oh, that's a bunny. That's part of a quest.
It is. Is there?
Kill them and complete the quest.
I didn't check, but is there an icon that tells me?
The Monado.
I think.
It's the only
Yeah, when I look at it, it gives me a little indicator.
They say that before time began, it was wielded by the Bioness.
Tells you what, this game is really good in general about if you have a quest. It kind of is aware that there's 550 billion quests going on at the same time.
You can only carry 5 at a time.
So, if you target something and can kill it for a quest, it'll have some kind of marker. I'm pretty sure. And I do like that they have him just kind of up in a park, lost in thought about his work as an engineer.
It's amazing.
Because it's pretty good. It's a good character.
You say that every day.
Not quite.
What are you doing up here? Oh, you know, just engineering.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Science, you know.
Oh, thank goodness. I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. The quests will give you little markers if they can be missed. If there is a certain point of the game where, oops, you went too far, can't turn it in, it'll let you know.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what it feels like.
I feel like a lot of this game's design was done by someone who had played thousands and thousands of hours of MMOs and just like kept a small logbook of all the things they would like to have to make it more convenient.
Can't do that. That'd be shitty, guys.
So peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day...
They just had this design bible of quality of life features that were necessary.
The debris siren.
Strange. There hasn't been much falling lately.
There might be more on the way.
Also, yeah,
Can't protect us out here.
this is the kind of stuff that makes me want to play through this game more. There's some interesting plot points that I don't know a lot about. Like, for instance, metal just falling problematically.
Oh, that sure is quite the weather today.
And they are teaching us the first mechanic involving yelling, which there are a
Forecasts
lot
are calling
of.
for light shrapnel.
Courage.
There is a lot of yelling in this game.
Leave it up to Ryan.
Like, there are times, even, I didn't get terribly far, but there were already times where it was just a gigantic clusterfuck of just 6 animes just yelling. It's constantly just, ah! I'm gonna go hit him, I'm feeling it, yeah, no, keep going, yeah, get up!
It's just you and your company sports team going out on this grand adventure.
And so, heart-to-hearts are the little affinity chart thing. Kind of like special ways to do that, but the only ones that I remember kind of mattering... Well, these are only between party members, if I remember right. And those are kind of the ones you care about. Also, you get dialogue options, and one of them is wrong, and there's no real way to know. But if you pick the right one, it gives you bonuses of some form. It's not really romance, Nibbler Area of Worlds. It's more just friendship. At this point, this is super friendship.
They're just really friendly.
So just blankly. We are done talking here. Also, yeah, if you mess that up really badly, you can bring up that she had mentioned something. Man, we just talked so hard, I leveled up. That was a rad chat. I feel like I could fight things better.
Good talk, good talk.
We could weightlift, get into fights, or chat. Alright, let's...
Okay, let's go.
Level up by yelling.
You can do it. Yay, we win.
Cool. Let's keep this up.
And I cannot remember how to switch who you're controlling, actually, now that I think about it. Between, like, leading with Shulk, or, other character who is not Shulk, whose name I've already forgotten.
Well, you see, you would have learned if you weren't too all hot and bothered and crazy about the encouragement feature they unlocked.
I was so hype about yelling!
Good job.
Yeah, Fiora... I can't remember if Fiora can... There's a way to switch out. I just... Not recalling, no big deal. But I either don't have the party members for this one, or I am not leveled up enough. All of these goofy things. And there's a red question mark or exclamation point. Can't remember if that means I can turn it in or not. And yeah. And yeah, the day-night cycle is finally kind of coming to fruition at this point. And I think the day-night cycle changing is enough to make the game chug a little bit. That might be the first thing that has caused frames to be dropped. Any of them. How do you keep unbecoming a mod, PA Master? How are you doing this? It's like 7 times I've had to remod you.
You gotta stop losing your ID.
God! Okay, well let me deliver this man his biscuits. And now he's gonna keep hitting a tree. That's a really good animation! Oh god. Oh god, I have to tweet that. That is fantastic.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, cool. There's an item back here. Also, I think that would be a really funny quest to just forget until the end of the game. Someone who forgot their key. just never get it for them. They're just locked out of their house till the end of time.
Been on the street for months.
Help! And let's see. So we're looking to go back to the weapon dev lab. I can run around and putz around or whatever.
Leave that one hanging long enough and a new quest appears to break into their house.
But yeah, like I said, we can just teleport here. We don't actually have to run the whole way.
I'm gonna shuffle out of the call because I gotta handle some errands.
Oh yeah, no problem. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah, have fun. This is a good game, though.
Will do. Take it easy.
Alright, have fun with your 100% run, which you did verbally agree to earlier. I do
No.
That is a binding contract.
I heard it. It's somewhere.
Accountable before this audience.
I didn't even say that ironically.
I'll just find a sound clip and just splice up the audio, and every single word will have a different tone from a different sentence.
We find the defendant not guilty by reason of irony.
Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.
Take it easy. Oh Christ, no, I'm not doing 100% of Assassin's Creed. Mostly because Assassin's Creed 4 gets boring as shit, other than boats.
Ryan!
Goodness.
Oh, Fiora, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Ah, it's broken.
What? Don't you care about me? I can't
Guys,
hide.
that's
You're not
ridiculous.
hurt, are you? The Monado can't cut people. More importantly, what were you thinking, Ryan?
Sorry,
They actually explain why
but you weren't here.
she doesn't die.
I know I'm here a lot, but even I need fresh air sometimes. Is your
And this
body
explains that in Smash, in fact, no one is people,
You have to be very careful with the
canonically, due to Shulk's inclusion.
I know, man. I just wanted to touch it. Didn't know it would do that. Sorry. But is it true? The Monado really can't cut people?
The pattern in that circle. Or maybe it's a symbol. I think it shows which power the Monado has at the moment.
You think it's a symbol?
Well, if I can find a way to increase the number of symbols, I should.
I'm sure that's all very clever. But why were you more worried about a machine?
Is this
than
British
usual?
anime? No, it's just the European voice actors, and they didn't do a redouble localization or whatever for the American version. That's why. The voices are really good, actually.
Yep.
Also, yeah, yeah, Goof Troop having visions. Apparently, these are all very crazy spoilers for later in the game.
Well, in that case, it's not spoilers.
It's foreshadowing. Yeah.
They want you to vaguely kind of half know these things in advance.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They want you guessing.
Are you okay? Does it hurt?
No. Ryan, when you held the Monado, did you see anything?
You know, like a blue blade made of light came out. Same as just now.
I don't mean that. A feeling like time had stopped. And then...
Time had stopped.
So... was it only me who saw that?
That sounds strange. Is it another Monado thing?
Who knows? Anyway, no matter how good a sword it is, that's what happens when you hold it. Looks like Dunban really is the only one who can use it.
I won't let my brother use it ever again. Not after what it did to him.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Anyway, the point is I'm fine. To be honest, this has happened a few times before. I've been researching the Monado for a long time.
Shulk, don't act as if this is nothing.
Look, don't worry about it. Anyway, Ryan, what did you want to ask me about?
Oh, yeah. Old Square Tash has gone and put me on punishment duty. Fancy tagging along?
Punishment? The Colonel was pretty angry today. Did he hit you?
Well, whether he hit me is neither here nor there, really. Although, actually, he did end up hitting me. And that ain't all. He made me do a 1,000 sit-up.
Whoa, nasty.
Yeah. And now I have to go all the way to the Magmel ruins and back.
So you have to go and collect the ether cylinders?
That's the one. They're used to power the mobile artillery. Looks like the damage has been repaired. They can't move without the ether energy. And it seems like the fueling station's all out of stock.
Is the mobile artillery that big machine that crashed in the residential district?
Yeah, probably.
You know your way.
I like the accents in this game. Honestly, I think they're rather charming, given
Yeah,
the
the voice
setting.
acting all
The Magmel
feels
ruins
pretty
are in
good.
Tephra Cave, right? I heard that there's a male lizard nest there. I couldn't take it if anything happened to Shulk. He's delicate. Not like you, Rhyme.
What are you on about?
I'll be fine. I can take care of myself.
But
Okay, I got it. I'll make you a promise. Shulk won't even get a scratch.
a promise doesn't mean much coming from you.
Owned.
She don't trust me at all.
Nah, she doesn't mean it.
And yeah, it tells you whenever party members and stuff switch. And here is 2 more mechanics. The mechanics don't stop, but they're just teaching us about leveling up stuff and setting up slots, all that. And I don't know too much about what to level up.
Get your nice introduction to all the bits. As far as I know, the game is just well made enough curve-wise that you can just kind of just upgrade the things you like.
And I'm short, but I'm short points to upgrade anything at this point, but not a big deal. And yeah, you'll be able to move around and, you know, move what is in what slot and what goes where.
You will eventually have more moves than you can fit on the bar. And...
yeah, and then you get these skill sets that you can have everyone fill in. I can't remember how this works, but there's some way you can end up like switching between multiple trees and having people switch trees, and you save some points, and it gets really confusing.
That one, it feels confusing because you're not remembering it.
Exactly. It'll explain it.
You just like you pick which one you're engaged in, and that gives you some passive benefit, and then you can switch over to different ones, and each rank of them that you get unlocks another thing that they do.
And I think our closest fast travel point is over here. So we'll do that. I'm going to abuse the shit out of fast travel because they gave it to me, and if someone gives me fast travel in a video game, I'm using it. I'm using it until the sun burns up and the world has ended. We've been hitting about an hour with this, so I'm gonna take a short break at the very least, maybe reanalyze, check Skype since I don't really have that open, since I have this game full screen right now, because I like it. I think it looks nice. So yeah, we'll take a short break once I hit the cave I'm looking to hit. And for the record, it's not quite as ridiculous as when I don't have any of the HD stuff and the upscaling, but one thing that's nice about Dolphin, fast forward, it is pretty weak right now because, like I said, I've got all this stuff on, so it's pushing the graphics. But it is there, and if you have a better computer than me, which you might, you know, if you have a particularly good computer. Oh, I think I ran totally past where I needed to be. I think? Maybe? Oh yeah, I really like Shulk in Smash. He's a whole bunch of fun to play. If anyone in chat has not played Smash at all, it is good. And I don't know about the 3DS version, but in Wii U he's a lot of fun to play. Even if you only ever really need to use 3 of his arts. 4 actually. 4 out of 5. The only one that's really not great is speed. But jump is really nice for recovery. If you're falling down, you can just switch it on immediately and pop up out of a hole. He is really nice on defense. It's really nice just because you can, if you're at like 300% damage, you can put that on and you still won't get knocked off by things. And damage is the main one. Just because you use it to pump damage, pump percentages. And then the launch one, the Buster, is actually like triples the amount of launch you have or some ridiculous horse shit.
You forgot something. You will be needing the transport cases, right?
Fiora.
Yeah, that's a really good point, PA. Just infinitely,
with you boys and sitting at home worrying about
you don't
So,
have
let's get moving.
fucking hit a button to pick shit up. You just go near it, and you get it. And hey, check it out, we have a whole party. And they're explaining the whole party charge up gauge, which you can use kind of high-speed super attacks. And then they give you story memos, which since this game is very long and very easy to get ultra sidetracked in, it's nice to have just the ability to kind of look and say, what do I need to do? Then you just pull up your menu, look at it. This is what we are doing. Just a real quick 1 or 2 sentence summary. Here is goal, in case you forget.
I have always appreciated the existence of the memo, auto journal, and what have you features in big RPGs.
Yep.
Just very handy to have a reminder. You know, you're gonna walk away from it. You're gonna come back at some point and not quite recall details.
Oh, this man has another quest. He wants me to kill lizards as well. And yeah, I'm skipping through the quest pickup dialogue, by the way, just because a lot of it's just, hey, if you're going in that cave, could you murder a thing in the cave? I'd appreciate it. And yeah, let's see, so at some point I will need to go back and say hello to Grandma to get sandals. And then there's just a lot of murder thing, 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 yeah. Whole shitload of stuff. And yeah. And this one it says I completed the resident's request. Did I turn it into her ever? I guess so. That's what the crown means. Okay. Sure. Alright, well, quick break. And I'll be back. I'm not sure how long I'm going tonight, but we'll be back.